What's up everybody and welcome to a new video. And in this video we're going to start to go over my notes for functions in Python. And here I first have a definition, namely to me a function is a named block of code that achieves a certain task. And if you want to execute that task, then you call the function. So now to demonstrate that, I've prepared here this example function. So here we have this block of code, and the name for that block of code is sort. And what does it do? It sorts here a list. So now let's use this function here to sort a list. So therefore let's create one here. So let's say here this list equals brackets, and then let's say here 3, 1 and 2. And now let's call this function to sort this list here. So therefore we simply say then sort, then parentheses, and then here we put in our list. So now if I run it, then you can see now we have here a sorted list. So this is how I define functions. And then the next note here is about some benefits of using functions. Namely, functions make the code easier to read, write, update, maintain, and fix. So let's start here with this first point, that functions make the code easier to read. Namely, if the function has a good name, then you don't really need to understand its logic to understand what the code is supposed to do. So for example, if you only look here at this block of code, then it is somewhat difficult to understand what it's doing, and you have to go here through each line to really understand what it's supposed to do. However, if you just look here at the name of this function, which is sort, then you can easily understand that this code here is supposed to sort a list. So this is what I mean by this note here, that functions make the code easier to read. Then the next note states that functions make the code easier to write. Namely, functions enable and encourage you to break down your program into chunks. And it's simply easier to write just a small part of the program instead of the entire program at once. So for example, let's say that we wanted to write a program that sorts a list and then prints out the element of the sorted list. Instead of writing here this whole program at once, what you can also do is break it down into 2 chunks. So for example, you could just focus first on the part that sorts a list and then put that into a function. And then in the next step, you could just then focus on the part that prints out the different elements of that sorted list. And then again, put that into a function. So then once you have those 2 functions, you can then focus on the main part of your program. So for example, then here, which is then to sort this list. So let's copy here this list. And then here we could then say list sorted. And then here we call our sort function and then put in the list. And then we call our print elements function with the sorted list. And now if I run it like this, then again, you can see we get here the same result as we did before. So that's the first reason why I think that functions make the code easier to write. Then the next reason is that if you need to do a certain task multiple times throughout the program, then you simply call the function with different inputs instead of repeating whole blocks of code. So for example, let's say here in our code example here, we have a second list. So we're going to say list 2, and this list is 6, 4, and 5. And now let's say that we also want to sort this list and then print out the respective elements. So to do that without those functions here, or with this approach here without the functions, we would need to copy here this whole block of code and then run it again here for our list 2. So therefore we would need to change here this list variable in all these cases here, and then call this here list 2. And now if I run it like this, then we get here the result 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now if you want to do the same thing here with functions, all we need to do is here make these function calls again for our second list. So therefore, let's copy this list here. And then let's copy here also the function calls. And then here we're going to say then list 2. And here list sorted, we're going to call simply list 2 sorted. So now if I run it like this, then we again get here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you can see here in this case where we use the functions, we have much less repetitive code. Whereas here where we didn't use the function, we have here much more repetitive code. Okay, so those are the 2 reasons why I think that functions make the code easier to write. Then the next note states that functions make the code easier to update or maintain. Namely, when you make a change, you only have to do it within the function and not several times throughout the program. So for example, let's say here in our program, we don't want those lists here to sort it in ascending order, but we want them sorted in descending order. So in order to achieve that here in this case where we don't use the functions, we would need to change here this bigger than sign into a smaller than sign, and then also do that here. So now if I run it like this, then we get the result 3, 2, 1 and then 6, 5, 4. So as you've seen, in this case where we don't use the functions, we have to make this change here twice. So here and here. However, when we use the functions, we only have to do it within the function. So here if I change it to a smaller than sign and then run it like this, then we also get here the result 3, 2, 1 and then 6, 5, 4. So that is the first reason why I think that functions make the code easier to update or maintain. And the second reason is that when making a change, you can focus mainly on just the function instead of keeping the entire program in mind. So for example, let's say here in our code example, we look at this print elements function and we realize that it actually doesn't just work for lists, but it basically works for any iterable. So therefore then we want to rename this list parameter here to iterable. So let's do that and then simply run those cells again. Then we get here the same result. So 3, 2, 1 and 6, 5, 4. So there's now no problem with that. However, if we now try to do the same thing here for our approach where we don't use the functions, then the following happens. So here then let's also say, instead of saying for element in list, we're going to say for element in iterable. And now if I run it like this, then we get here a name error because the name iterable is not defined. So as you can see, even though we just wanted to focus on this part here of the program, we actually have to keep the entire program in mind. So therefore now to make it work again, we also have to rename here this list variable. And then also in these other instances, we have to rename it to iterable. So now if I run it like this again, then our program works again. Okay, so those are the two reasons why I think that functions make the code easier to update or maintain. And then the last benefit of using functions is that they make the code easier to fix. Namely, the traceback is a record of function calls. So thereby then, by breaking down the program into functions, you can see all the potential places where an error might have originated, instead of just seeing where the error actually occurred. So for example, in this example here, or this approach where we don't use the functions, let's transform this one here into a string. And now if I run it like this, then we get here this traceback where we only have this location here where the error actually occurred. However, if you do the same thing here for the functions, then we get this traceback where we have here these two locations. So we again have the location where the error actually occurred, but we also have this location here where we call here this sort function. And in this case, it's then probably easier to find why the error happened. So maybe it happened because there's something wrong with our logic, or maybe the error happened because there's something wrong with our list variable here. So that is why I think that functions make the code easier to fix. And with that now, we've covered here all my notes with respect to the benefits of using functions. So now let's go over the side note here, which states that functions can also be stored in variables or data structures. So to show that, I've prepared here this list of numbers. So here we have the numbers -1, 0, and 1. And now let's say that we want to use the built-in function len for our numbers here, which gives us then a 3. Then let's also use the built-in function max for those numbers, which gives us a 1. And then let's also use min for the numbers, which gives us then here a -1. And here what you also can do is, instead of calling these functions here individually, you can also put them into a list and then simply loop over that list. So here we're going to then simply say functions, which is then a list. And here we put in our functions. So we're going to say len, max, and min. And then we loop over this list. So we're going to say for function in functions. And then here we can call all of these functions simply by saying function and then parentheses, and then we put in here our numbers. And then we also want to print out the result of that. So let's make this here a print statement. And now if I run it like this, then you can see we also get here 3, 1, and -1. So this is the side note that I wanted to cover. And with that now, we've covered all my general notes with respect to functions. So we've reached the end of this video. And then in the next video, we're gonna go over my notes for the def keyword. So with that, then we can define our own functions. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.